Yeah. So very good morning to everyone. How are all of you? Am I audible, visual, everything all right? First answer it. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Am I visual, audible? Pin your response. Very good morning. Audio, video, all okay? Good morning, good morning. Yes, right. So in last class we discussed up to modification of root for storage of food. Right? Modification of root for storage of food we already discussed. Now we are going to start with modification of root for mechanical support. For mechanical support, right? Is it? Now give your attention. Just a minute. So very first modification is NCERT wrote is prop root. And the second modification, it is what? A stilt root. So both prop root and stilt root are modification of root for mechanical support. Example of prop root is banyan. An example of a stilt root is sugarcane and maize. Maize and sugarcane. Got the idea? Now I'm just talking about prop root. What is the need of this prop root? So if you observe a banyan tree, I'm just going to draw a sketch. Suppose that this is a banyan tree. It is the tree trunk, and here it is, you think like tap root. Here which root is there in banyan tree? Tap root is there because it is a dicot. Of course tap root is there. Now what happened in banyan tree? This is the branches. Huge, big branches are there in the banyan tree. Two big, longer branches. And in branches, sub-branches are there and leaves are there. So they have a very high burden or weight. So it becomes difficult to sustain that additional weight. So what happened in banyan tree? From the branches, root are arising like a pillar. These are aerial root. It is in air, so it is called aerial root, and they are going to penetrate in the soil like a pillar. So this pillar-like root is called prop root or pillar root. It is prop root. This is prop root. And this is which one? Tap root. The main root is which one? Tap root, because it is dicot, and here it is the prop root. It is an adventitious root. And these prop root provide mechanical support in the banyan tree. So you can say this root is prop root or pillar root or adventitious root or aerial root. You can give many names to it. So this prop root is in air, so it is aerial. It arises from branches, so it is adventitious. It is looking like a pillar, so it is called pillar-like root. And also what? Prop root. I hope you understand about it. So this is the modification over, that is a prop root in banyan tree. Now we are going to talk about the stilt root which is present in maize and sugarcane. Give your attention. We are going to talk about the stilt root which is present in maize and sugarcane. Give your attention. Have a look here. Suppose that this is the sugarcane plant. It is going like that up. Got the idea? Is it done? Is it clear? Now, in sugarcane plant or even maize plant, you know, nodes are very prominent. Nodes are prominent, easily visible. Got the idea? So this is what basically nodes. This is another node. And this is what basically internode. This is internode. Got the idea? This is node, this is internode. And because this sugarcane or maize is a monocot plant, it is fibrous root present here. Which roots are present? Fibrous root is present. But problem with this fibrous root is what? These fibrous root are present in the superficial layer of soil. And they are not covering a lot of surface area. So they are holding in a very small amount of soil. This is the problem of this fibrous root. They are holding a small amount of soil. So it is not very stable. Getting the thing? So when wind will blow, what happens? As it bends, these plants get unrooted and fall down. This is the problem of the plant like maize and sugarcane. So these fibrous root alone not able to support the plant properly. Plant may fall down when wind and anything will come. And even when the height will grow, some bending occur. So what happened? Very less amount of soil is covered by this root. So what happened from the lower node? From the lower nodes, roots are arising like this and obliquely penetrating in the soil. Now it is the soil you see. From lower nodes, roots are arising. Not from the upper nodes. No, lower nodes, roots are arising. So these roots are what basically? Stilt root. These are stilt root. This is also called brass root. Got the idea? So stilt root have role in which one? Mechanical support. You got the idea? This particular root is a stilt root. It is fibrous root is also there, but additional root which arising from the lower node is the stilt root and have role in what? Mechanical support. Right? Clear in the mind? So this is present in plant like sugarcane and maize. You will report the such kind of roots. Is it done? So they are providing the stability to the plant or not? Now plants are more stable inside the soil. Is it clear? Is it done? Is it over? So this is stilt root also over. So NCERT wrote two examples of what? Mechanical support. In a lab manual book, one more things are written. So I am just telling because in morphology and anatomy, you have to follow the lab manual also. Got the idea? So what written additional in the lab manual, practical book, I am just telling you. In practical book it is written ki in beetle and black pepper, in beetle and black pepper, roots arise from nodes and internodes and help in climbing. See, in beetle, black pepper, stem are not too strong. So what's happened? Suppose that some plant are there. Suppose that some wall are there. So what happened? They are going to creeping on the wall. And what happened? From node and internode, who is arising? Roots are arising and they are sticking on the surface and help them in which one? help them in climbing. So these are the information, means this is also a mechanical support work. So these are the information written in which one? Lab manual book, practical book. Got the idea? So keep in your mind, it is not out of NCERT. I am not teaching out of NCERT. Got the idea? It is in NTA syllabus itself. Lab manual is also there in the NTA syllabus in morphology and anatomy. So I am telling the information from the lab manual as well. Is it clear? Is it done? So mechanical support is over. Now we are going to talk about modification of root. Modification of root for respiration. Got the idea? So such a type of modification is present in mangrove plant. Mangrove plant. Now question arises, what is this mangrove plant? So plants growing in marshy and swampy area or swampy area, and you can write marshy and swampy area. Plant growing in marshy and swampy area is called mangrove plant. So you can say, sir, can you explain somehow better about what is marshy area and what is swampy area? Most of the time waterlogged condition are there, wet soil is there, and these soil are this type of area present in the intertidal zone. Intertidal zone of the ocean. And I'm telling with the very easy example about the marshy area or swampy area. See, in Vijayawada, Krishna River is there, right? After 50 kilometers from here, Vijayawada itself, in one place is there, probably the name is Hamsala Devi. I'm saying correct or not, I can't say, but Hansal Devi or Hansala Devi, right now. That Krishna River meet with which one? Fall in the Bay of Bengal, ocean. What is the idea? So the area, what happened? You can say you come up to 10, 15, 20 kilometers of the Krishna River near the sea. Sea water also coming in Krishna River because tides came. So that time you will find that side of the Krishna River is never dry. All the time a lot of water is there because of the tide. So due to tide, in some of the area water is coming, oceanic water is coming, and all the time the area remain wet. Right. So that area is called swampy area or marshy area. If you go near the Krishna River in that area, and even in the near the ocean, near Hansala Devi beach, you will find in kilometers, not one or two, in kilometers, it is a forest of mangrove plant are there. Everywhere you will find this mangrove plant. So that is intertidal zone. Got the idea? That is what basically intertidal zone. In brackish area means what? Brackish water, where sea water and river water is meeting. In that area, also which plant is present? Mangrove plant are present. What is the challenges of the mangrove plant? Why this respiratory root is present in the mangrove plant? First try to understand, don't try to mug up every line. Why these mangrove plant have respiratory root? What is the problem in this mangrove plant? What are the challenges they are facing? So usually these are the area have very saline water, very salty water, and the plant who are growing in saline water is called which one? Halophiles. Got the idea? So water is very saline and it is very difficult for plant to survive in saline water, salty water. Getting the things or not? So what is the problem? A lot of salt will come inside the plant. So plant have adaptation to pumping out of excessive salt enter in the plant body. And their pumping is with the help of active transport. Their pumping is the help of active transport, and to perform active transport a lot of energy required. Are you getting the idea? And for energy who require? Burning of food require. For burning of food what require? Oxygen require. So they need excessive oxygen first thing. And problem is in marshy and swampy area there is a scarcity of oxygen. So they need more oxygen and they are present in an area where a scarcity of oxygen is there. Why they are needing more oxygen? Because for pumping out of the excessive salt enter in the plant body, because they are growing in the area where a lot of salt water is there. So they are pump out from the body excessive salt. For that ATP required, for that ATP energy required. And for that energy oxygen required. Are you getting the idea or not? So what problem is there? Now just try to understand how they adapted to survive in this condition. So suppose that it is a trunk or a stem of the mangrove plant and it is a marshy area. These all area have swampy and marshy area. Always wet soil, saline environment. Got the idea? Now what happened? Now what happened? From the stem region you are finding root are arising like this. This root is called cable root. It is like a cable, electric cable you are finding, electric cable. So it is called cable root. It is looking like a cable. So it is cable root. Now what happened? From cable root, who is arising? Respiratory root is arising. Nematophore is arising. These respiratory root is arising. It is moving positive phototropic. Toward the light, these roots are moving. So many nematophores you will find arising here like this. And here so many pores are there. So many lenticels are there. Porous structure is there. These porous structure help in which one? Gaseous exchange. This porous structure is helping which one? Gaseous exchange. Everywhere it is like this. So this is what basically pneumatophore. Pneumatophore, or we also call it which one? Respiratory roots. And for so many pores are there for gaseous exchange. Pores are there, or lenticels you can say, are present here. So these are the respiratory root. It is coming up the soil. It is moving positive phototropic. And it is helping in which one? It is helping in respiration. It is helping in which one? Exchange of the gases properly. Understand the idea? So nematophore came in the mind. Why they are moving up? Because there is a scarcity of oxygen inside the marshy land. So they are going above the soil, in the air. In air they are doing properly gaseous exchange and there is abundant oxygen they are taking because their need of oxygen is more, because they want to pump out the excessive salt present in their body. I hope you understand about. Now I am telling you about the example where this respiratory root is present. Example. So one example, NCERT wrote Rhizophora. Another example, if you wish, I am telling you, hairy tiara. Another example I am writing, Avicennia. Hairy tiara is also called Sundari. It is also called Sundari. So why it is, you heard about the name of Sundarban Delta? Sundarban Delta, heard about? Sundarban Delta is a delta formed by river Ganga and Brahmaputra, and in these area marshy lands are there, swampy area is there, and a lot of mangrove are present. This Sundarban Delta is dominated by Heritiera, Sundari plant. So a lot of Sundari plant is there, hence the name of the delta came Sundarban. I hope you understand about it. Is it it? Is it all right? Is it done? Clear? Can we move ahead? So this is about the respiratory route. Now we are going to move toward about the other type of route, and that is which one? Epiphytic route. So first I am telling you what is epiphytic plant. Epiphytic plants. So the plant which grow on other plant not for food, only for shelter. Is called, or why we are writing is called epiphytic plant. Not for food, only for shelter. Got the idea? It's called epiphytic plant. So epiphytic plant, I am connecting with ecology, present abundantly in tropical rainforest. Present abundantly in which forest? Tropical rainforest. Why it is present in tropical rainforest? Because in tropical rainforest, forests have a stratification. Many layers of the forest plant are there. Some plant is of this height, some plant 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 of this height. So plants are present in many layers. So it is called what? Stratification. That problem is present in tropical rainforest. Now try to understand the problem. Here is the sun. Sunlight is coming. This sunlight will not penetrate deeper because canopy of the plant are going to cover the sunlight. And interior of the forest is dark. So what is the biggest fight and struggle in the tropical rainforest? Biggest struggle is of light. A lot of water is there. So many rainfall occur in the tropical rainforest. In summer, almost every day, what happen? Rainfall occur. A lot of humidity is there. A lot of temperature is there. CO2 is there. Everything is abundantly available. Problem is what? Light. Because it is a highly dense forest. Very dense forest. So what is the problem of this forest? Light. So what some plant do, they are growing in the branch of other tree. Purpose is to got exposed with the sunlight. When I will grow on the branch, I will got the what basically? Sunlight. So some plant grow on the branch of the other tree. Like suppose that here it is a plant growing in the branch of other tree. A plant growing in the branch of other tree. And for holding, they are wrapping the root like this. So these root help in holding the plant on the stem. So it is called clinging root. And some root is hanging in the air. It is called epiphytic root. Epiphytic root or hygroscopic root. Hygroscopic root or velaminous root. Velaminous root. Why velaminous root? Because it has a spongy tissue. A spongy tissue, it is absorbing moisture. That is the reason hygroscopic. Why we are telling hygroscopic? Because it absorbs moisture. Absorb moisture of air. What the idea? So these hanging root or spongy tissue or velaminous root or hygroscopic root, whatever you want to say, it is absorbing the moisture. Plant is present in the light now. They are doing the photosynthesis. So they are not dependent on this plant branches for food. They are only dependent for which one? Shelter. So example of such particular type of root present in which one? Vanda orchid. Vanda orchid. Got the idea? Genus and species. Got the idea? Vanda orchid. We are finding such type of root is there. So this is a epiphytic plant. Vanda orchid is a epiphytic plant. So I hope you understand about the epiphytic root as well. Now we are moving ahead on one more modification which is not given in NCERT theory, but it is given in lab manual, practical book of the NCERT. And that is which one? Nodulated root. So these root nodules are what basically? Root nodules are present. So in nodulated root, who is there? Root nodules are present. Example of such type of root is leguminous plant. Leguminous plant. What came in the leguminous plant? Pulses. All pulses belongs to this particular leguminous plant. So nodulated root are present. So you know pulses are what basically? Leguminous plant is a dicot plant. You know better. So this is the primary root. This is the primary root. This is the lateral roots. This is what basically? Lateral roots. It is lateral roots or secondary or tertiary root you can say about. And here it is the surface of soil. So what you will find in these leguminous plant there are root nodules are present like this. It may present on primary root, it may present on secondary root. So it is like this, root nodules are present. So this structure I made are what basically? Root nodules. Root nodules. Did you got the idea or not? So this structure is called what basically? Root nodules. Now what happened in these root nodules? In root nodules, a bacteria that is rhizobium is present. And what this rhizobium do? It perform nitrogen fixation. So what is the function performed by these root nodules or nodulated root? Perform nitrogen fixation. Convert atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia. They are performing nitrogen fixation. And in root nodule, pink color pigment is present. Pink color pigment is present in root nodule. Called leg hemoglobin. Leguminous hemoglobin. So roots modification are over. Now we are moving toward the stem. Root modification we finished today. Now we are going to move about stem toward stem, and we will probably finish the stem as well today. So for the next class, definitely leaf is there, and if something of the stem is remaining, it is okay. We will take care of it. So now we are moving toward stem. Is done. Nodulated root you understand about it, present in leguminous plant. Such kind of nodules are present. In these root nodules, rhizobium bacteria is there which fixing the atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia. Done. Over. Now we are coming on stem and its modification. So have a look here about. First, we are going to talk about very general things about the stems. Stem. So if we talk about stem, it is ascending part of embryonal axis. NCERT wrote only axis, I am just making it complete. Embryonal axis. You know, this is embryo and this is embryonal axis. So ascending part of the embryonal axis. It got the idea, right? Now basically, or better to write, it arises from, not it is, it arises from ascending part of the embryonal axis. Got the idea? So if we talk about stem, it arises from which ascending part? Plumule of embryonal axis. So stem bears branches, leaves, buds, flower and fruit. Got the idea? Stem bear what basically? Branches, leaves, bud, flower and fruit. Now I am writing a very important line. Presence of node and internode is the characteristic feature of a stem. Feature of a stem. Because node and internode present only on the stem, not present in the roots, not present in the leaves. Getting the things or not? So it what basically? It is what basically? It is a characteristic feature of the stem. You will find nodes and internodes are there in the stem. So if I draw a structure of a stem, you will find like some of the stem I am making a prominent stem. Suppose that it is bamboo stem. In bamboo stem, you will find prominent node and internode are there. This is node. This is node. This is node. And area between two nodes is called internode. And this is what basically? Node. This is what basically? Node. So this is the stem here. Presence of node and internode is a characteristic feature of a stem. Got the idea? It helps to identify the stem. It helps to differentiate the stem from the other. Now sometime what's happened? Sometime you will find node and internode is not very prominently visible. I am just making a stem. Suppose that it is a stem. And in this stem, leaf is arising like this. Suppose that here it is leaves. Now I am asking a question. See, here you are saying very easily, sir, it is node, it is node, it is internode. How can you say where node and internode is there in this case? So in this case, you better know leaf always arises from the nodes. So wherever leaves are there, compulsorily in that area who is present? Nodes are there. So these are nodes. These are node. These are node. From where leaf is arising. So don't forget, leaves arise from nodes. Got the idea? Leaf arise from node. Getting the thing. So wherever leaf is there, node is present. Understanding the idea? So node and internode is the important characteristic of the stem. Now you will find in the stem, In axial, I told you with axial earlier, angle between stem and leaf is called axial. So this is axial. So in axial, birds are present. Compulsorily, birds are present in the axial. These are axial. And in these axials, who is there? Birds are there. Birds are there. So these birds who are present in the axial is called axillary, or it is in lateral in position, lateral bird. Axillary or lateral bird. So birds which is present in the angle of leaf and stem is called axillary bird or lateral bird. Birds are also present on the tip. Tip. This bird is called terminal bird. Terminal bird, and tip is also called apex, or you can say it is also which word? Apical bird. Got the idea? Understanding the idea? So this is about the axillary bird. What is bird basically? Bird is a condense suit. Condense suit. Now what happened? What is the future of this axillary word? Future of axillary word is it either gives new branches or new flower. These are the future of the axillary word. So suppose that I am telling you this axillary word is going to make a new branch. It is a branch. In this branch also who is present? Nodes and internodes are there. You don't think like in branches nodes and internode are not there. And in these branches also in the tip who is there? Birds are there. Getting the things or not? So this is forming the branches, and suppose that this axillary word going to convert into which one? Flower. So both possibility exist with the auxiliary word. Is it? Understanding the idea? So you got the picture? Clarity came in the mind? Now if anybody asks a question, कि branches arising from stem or leaf arising from stem are exogenous or endogenous in origin, what answer you will give? I am asking branches arise from stem is, option I am giving, endogenous in origin, endogenous in origin. Second option, exogenous in origin. Third, both exo and endogenous. Endogenous. And fourth, arise from epidermis. Arise from epidermis. Answer this question. Leaf is arising from the nodes, branches are arising from the nodes. They are exogenous or endogenous in origin. So they are exogenous in origin. Exogenous in origin. When anything arising from superficial layers, exogenous. Deep layer of the plant, endogenous. Lateral root are endogenous. I am just writing. Lateral root, endogenous. Why endogenous? Lateral root arise from pericycle, deeper tissue. If you talk about root hair, I am writing all together. Root hair, exogenous, arise from superficial layer, arise from epidermis. Now leaves, branches, birds, these are what basically? Exogenous. They arise from cortex. So you can say who are arising from the stellar region, endogenous, who are arising from extrastellar region, exogenous. These exogenous and endogenous picture came in the mind, understanding came in the mind or not? Is it all right? Is it over? Now we are going to talk about the function of a stem. So about the stem, you got the idea. Stem bearing birds, bearing leaf, bearing branches, bearing flower, bearing fruits. Is it clear in the mind? Is it all right? Now we are going to talk about function of a stem. And then we will come on modification of a stem. Function of a stem. So if we talk about function of a stem, first function I am writing, it spread the branches, leaves, flower and fruit. As longer stem is there, as far spreading of these things occur. Second thing is conduction of water, mineral and food. In place of food, NCERT wrote which word? Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. Now, third function of a stem I am writing, it may have role in protection, it may have role in support. Got the idea? Another function I am writing, it may have role in perennation. Perennation means what? Pass on the unfavorable condition. It not like all stem doing it. So I am writing which one? May perform protection, and I am also writing here may perform, may have role in perennation, pass on the unfavorable condition. Where they have role in perennation, where they have role in protection, where they have role in support, I will tell you. Getting the things or not? Is it clear? Is it all right? So this is the functions of the stem. Now we are going to talk about the modification of a stem. So what function I told? Spreading the branches, conduction of water mineral, it may have role in protection and support, it may have role in perennation. Getting the things or not? Pass on the unfavorable condition. It in some special condition, it also store what? Food. And that is the reason it have role in perennation. I will tell you at the time of modification. Is it done? Is it clear? Now we are going to talk about modification of stem. Modification of stem. So first I am writing entire modification in a flow chart, and then I will explain the flow chart. So first we are dealing the modification in a flow chart, and then I will explain the flow chart. It is done. Now give your attention. Give your attention. So we are going to discuss here about three different type of modification. First is underground modification. Second is sub-aerial modification. And third one is aerial modification. These three type of modification mentioned in the NCERT, And I am telling now about underground modification. It is written 4 type of underground modification in your textbook. One is tuber, another one is corm, third one is rhizome, and fourth one is bulb. Fourth type of modifications are there. And these are the tuber. If you talk about underground modification, tuber underground modification, if we talk about example, it is potato. If we talk about corm, example is colocasia, crocus, amorphophallus, it is called Zameen Kand. Now we talk about rhizome, it is ginger, turmeric, in bulb it is onion and garlic. Now we are going to talk about sub-aerial modification. Name not given in NCERT, but description is given. But name and description both given in lab manual, laboratory manual. So in sub-aerial modification, 4 type it is here also. One is runner. This word is written in lab manual. Sucker, stolen, and offset. These all names are mentioned in the lab manual practical book. Offset. So example, first our agenda is example, then I will explain everyone one by one. So runner example is cynodon and oxalis. I am writing the example of lab manual, practical book, and cynodon is also called garden grass. Garden grass is other name of runner. Sucker example is banana, pineapple. These example also written in NCERT theory book and chrysanthemum. Now stolen example I am writing of NCERT theory, mint, jasmine, and with a star mark. Arial I will write later on. I am erasing it and I am making a space to write Arial. Oh, here I will write Arial. So mint and with a star mark under bracket I am writing a strawberry. Now here student ask a question ki sir, when we read NCERT wrote like underground, some of the underground stem like grasses and strawberry reaches a new niche. NCERT not wrote ki both are written clubbed together, grasses and strawberry, so both are runner. In practical book of the NCERT, very clearly written, example of a stolen as what? Strawberry. So I am writing a strawberry in which one? Stolen. People are going to misinterpret what? Misinterpret grasses and strawberry word written together is NCERT. So people think like both are runner. In a broader sense, all are a type of runner only. It is running on the surface. That is the reason it is runner. So all are a somehow different modified form of a runner only. Offset is a runner of water. We can say offset as what? Runner of water. It is aquatic runner. So all are runners somehow. But if anybody going to ask, in my opinion, it is better you have to put strawberry in which one? Stolen, because it is written in lab manual. Practical book, clearly written. You can Google it, you can download the practical book, we will find their runner is written. Clearly written, without any doubt. That's the reason I am writing strawberry in this category. I'm aware about what written in NCERT. Don't think like, sir, I have not read the line from the NCERT from there and they are saying by mistake. It is not by mistake. I'm intentionally telling this word. Done. Over. Now we are moving ahead on offset example, pistia and eichhornia. Now we are coming toward the aerial modification of the stem. Aerial modification of the stem. So in aerial modification, we will deal about tendril, and it is called stem tendril. Why I am telling a stem tendril? Because tendril also arises from leaf. So stem tendril is one of the aerial modification. Thorn is another aerial modification. Phylloclade is another stem modification, and cladode and cladophyll is another modification. These lines not mentioned in NCERT, neither in lab manual and theory NCERT. So cladophyll, it is, you can say, about with a star mark out of NCERT. Right? So if we talk about example of tendril, I am writing here example of a stem tendril. NCERT wrote which one? Gourd and grapevine. Gourd and grapevine. And in example of gourd, they have written which one? Pumpkin, cucumber and watermelon. Gourds are what basically? Member of family Cucurbitaceae. Pumpkin, watermelon, cucumbers comes under this category. In thorn, it is citrus and bougainvillea. Bougainvillea. And in phylloclade, it is opuntia, euphorbia, and even cactus. Many times we ask in paper and we give cactus, so student confused. Cactus also have phylloclade. Got the idea? Opuntia, euphorbia and cactus, they also have phylloclade. Cladode and cladophyll example is asparagus, and another example is ruscus. Asparagus and ruscus. So I told the typification with example. So this flow chart will help you to revise it. This flow chart will help you to revise a modification of stem very fastly. Now we are going to deal about underground modification. Underground modification. Got the idea? Right? So why these underground, what are the role of these underground modification? So what is the purpose of these underground modification? So if we talk about underground modification, first underground modification, store food in stem. First component is what? Underground modification, store food in stem. And other than onion, a stem of potato is edible, a stem of colocasia, crocus, amorphophallus is edible, you are eating as a vegetable. A stem of ginger and turmeric, what you are eating is, you are eating a stem. But in onion and garlic, you are eating what basically? Leaf, fleshy leaf. Getting the things or not? Is it? And even in garlic, you are eating which one? Especially the birds. In garlic, you are eating which one? Birds. Getting the things or not? So here, bulb, you will find some small various amount of fleshy stems are there in the bulb, but it is not edible. Getting the things or not? In onion and garlic, in onion mainly, we are eating which part? Fleshy leaf. Getting the thing? So, but in a generalized way, we can write what basically store food in stem. In which one? Underground modification, a storage of food. That is storage of food. And now question arises, why they are storing the food? A storage of food purpose is for perennation. Perennation. What is this perennation? Pass on the unfavorable condition. Pass on the unfavorable condition. Getting the things? Now what happened when unfavorable condition pass on? What happened? Vegetative propagation occur. Vegetative propagation. What is this vegetative propagation? Formation of new plant from vegetative part of plant. Formation of new plant from vegetative part of plant. I am giving you the example of it. So what I told, what is the purpose of underground modification? Purpose of underground modification. Why a stem growing underground? What is the reason behind it? So one of the reason behind of the underground growth of the stem is to protect the plant from harsh environment. When you are above the ground, seasonal variation occur. A lot of seasonal variation occur. Cold are there, winter are there, too much dry condition is there, dehydration occur. A lot of problem is there, na? When wind is there, a lot of wind is there, also dehydration occur. Sustainability problem create. So cold, hot, dehydration, these are the problem arises when you are present above the ground. Try to understand why it is there. When you are present above the ground, this problem arises. When anything is underground, seasonal variation not occur. Seasonal variation not occur. So for survival of anything, it is always better who can adapt to survive there to go underground. Getting the things or not? And that is the reason ki to pass on the harsh habit condition, harsh condition. Getting the things or not? To pass on the harsh condition, ki I am not going to impacted or affected more by the harsh condition. These stems are growing under the ground. Now problem is, if it is growing under the ground, from where they are getting the energy? They are not getting the light. Photosynthesis not occur. So what happened? When light is there, some of the branches are there up. An example I am telling about which one? Potato. An example I am telling about potato. Look, it is the surface of a stem. And it is the leaf of the potato. It is the leaf of the potato. It is leaf of the potato, and this is what basically this is some of the stem of the potato. Potato stem come what basically? Underground. So what happened in the potato stem here? Some of the branches of the stem going to grow like this. So at the tip of branches it is getting swollen. At the tip of branches it is getting swollen. So this is the stem. This is branches. And this is swollen terminal end. That is called which one? Potato tuber. So what happening? Here photosynthesis is going on. Photosynthesis occur on leaf. Food is transported here and this food is stored here. Food is stored here. So what happened? Tip of the branch is getting swollen and storing the food, and this is called potato tuber. But this tuber is underground. This tuber is underground. Understanding the idea and storing the food. Now why they are storing the food? Try to understand why they are storing the food. They are storing the food for the unfavorable condition. When condition is not good to survive out, when condition is not good to survive out, the upper part of the plant, suppose that you are not doing the agriculture of potato, I am talking about wild potato. You are not doing cultivation, I am talking about a wild potato. What happened? So bhaiya, this part will die. This part will die because environment is not good. Almost part will die, but which part will not die? This part will not die. They have stored food. They have stored food. Getting the thing? So this part is not dying. So they are remaining dormant under the soil. So as long as favorable condition not came. As long as favorable condition not came. Understanding the idea? Clarity coming in mind or not? This part get died when unfavorable condition came, but unfavorable condition not affecting in the which one? Under the soil. They are present under the soil, and they are present as long as under the soil, as long as who not coming, favorable condition not coming. Now suppose that favorable condition came. So as favorable condition came, what happened? From this potato, you will find many scars are there. Many scars are there. Getting the thing? That is what basically nodes. Node. Between two node, internode are there. So all dot I made here are what? Basically node. And these are also called which one? Eye of potato. Eye of potato. Getting the things or not? Is it clear in the mind or not? So in the potato, so many node are internode are there. It is a stem, na? So a stem contain node and internode. So these node are what? Basically eye of the potato. This potato is present under the ground. Now favorable condition came good. As favorable condition came, what happened? From the node, who will sprout? Auxiliary word will sprout. It is which one? Auxiliary word. Auxiliary word will sprout, and these auxiliary word giving which one? New branches. And from branches who will leave came leave. Once again they survive or not survive. So these potato, if not store the food, it not remain dormant. In nature, that plant is going to die na. It is doing what? Basically vegetative propagation. So why it is vegetative propagation? Because new plant coming from a stem. A stem is a vegetative organ, and that is the reason it is performing which one? Vegetative propagation. So eye of potato is what? Basically nodes. From node who is arising? Auxiliary word. Auxiliary word give rise to which one? New plant. Got the idea? Done? Is it over? Understand? So you got the reason why I told bhaiya what? What is the purpose of these underground modification? Purpose is what? Perennation, to pass on the unfavorable condition. And how they pass on the unfavorable condition? When they store the food. And that is the reason they are storing the food. As well as in favorable condition will not come, I will survive based on that food. And when the good environment came, they are arising the auxiliary word from their node, and these auxiliary word is giving rise to new plants. So I hope about the purpose of the underground modification you understand or not. What is the meaning of perennation here, you understand or not? Perennation is what basically? Perennation is what basically? To pass on the unfavorable condition. So you got the potato tuber. Everywhere somehow the same story. If we talk about corm, colocasia, crocus, amorphophila, so what you are finding in these plants also? I am giving some brief description about the corm. You just have a look here. I am writing here corm. Everything I explained about underground and all together. So simply it is now the formality. If you talk about some, suppose that it is colocasia. So what you will find at regular interval here nodes are there. Nodes are there. Getting the things or not? Yam you can say na, at regular interval nodes are there, and nodes is covered by scaly leaves. Nodes here, what basically nodes have bud na, and that is covered by which one? Scaly leaves are there. Able to understand? Leaves are there, but this is what basically a scaly leaf everywhere. It may be some, getting the things or not? So they are also storing the food, and as the favorable condition came, they sprout the birds from the node, and new plant going to arise from here. Getting the things or not? Same in everywhere. You can say about same story in case of potato tuber and corm. So example of corm is which one? Colocasia, alocasia, amorphophilus. Now I am telling about rhizome, and I am giving you a brief detailing about rhizome. So if we talk about rhizome, rhizome is of two types. I am just giving a brief description, not much. One is vertical rhizome, another is horizontal rhizome. Vertical and horizontal. So if we talk about vertical rhizome, it is growing like this, vertically. And here what is there? Nodes are there, internodes are there. These are vertical rhizome. So example of vertical rhizome is banana and pineapple. Now many times a student came and asked me a question, ki, sir, just you wrote banana under sucker, and here you are writing banana under rhizome. So underground modification of banana is rhizome. Subaerial modification of banana is sucker. Don't confuse yourself. So in banana, what is there? Both underground. So these are a banana growing belt. So when you want to grow the new banana, you are using this which one? Rhizome. These are called what basically also? Root stock. Root stock. When stem who are performing vegetative propagation, it is called root stock. So what is the root stock of the banana? This is the rhizome. So banana and pineapple have which kind of rhizome? Vertical rhizome. Now horizontal rhizome is of two types. Horizontal rhizome is of two types, monopodial and sympodial. Monopodial example is lotus, and sympodial example is what given in NCERT, ginger and turmeric. Ginger and turmeric. If you look at the ginger and turmeric, it is look like this. Ginger and turmeric, it is looking like this. Nodes and internodes are there. Getting the things or not? It is ginger. So it is sympodial. Getting the things or not? There is common branches and what basically? Main stem. Means branches is a part of main stem also. Getting the things or not? It is sympodial. In lotus story is like this. This is branches and this is the main stem. It is called monopodial, it is called sympodial. So in rhizome, I given you many example. That is, you must know these banana and pineapple have which kind of rhizome? Vertical rhizome. Got the idea? And what given in NCERT, ginger and turmeric have which one? Horizontal and sympodial rhizome. It is also rhizome and it is also rhizome. In banana, both underground and subaerial modification are there. Underground modification is rhizome and both in pineapple, subaerial modifications is sucker. From this rhizome, you see sometime near the old banana tree, a small new banana tree arise. You have seen, anybody have seen or not? Near the base of the old banana tree, some new banana tree is emerging. Anybody have seen or not seen? So the new banana tree emerging near the old banana tree, that small new banana tree is formed by which one? Sucker. That is sucker. And that arises from which one? Rhizome. This sucker arises from which one? Rhizome. So both underground and subaerial modifications are present in banana. Understand? Picture clear? So rhizome is also over. Done. Everywhere, any kind of underground modification, I am not saying everywhere who is there. Nodes and internodes are there. Nodes and internode are there. And that nodes have birds and these are covered by which one? Scaly leaves. Got the idea? In underground modification, which type of leaves are there? Scaly leaves are there on the stem. Got the idea? Picture clear? So now we are going to talk about the last but not the least, that is what? Bulb. So if we talk about bulb, example you know better, onion and garlic. So here bulb is of two type, tunicated. I'm just simply writing a basic classification, and non-tunicated. Non-tunicated. Tunicated bulb is of two type, simple tunicated and compound tunicated. I am writing the example of first simple tunicated example is onion, and compound tunicated example is garlic, and non-tunicated example is lily. It present in monocot plant family Liliaceae. Bulb is characteristic of which one? It present in Liliaceae member. Got the idea? Now I am telling you about the onion. I am drawing the structure of a onion, how onion look. So look here. In onion, stem is discoid. Who is disc-like? Stem is disc-like. So this is the stem I am making. This is the stem of the onion. Disc shape stem is there. Right? It is a disc of a stem disc. Now on disc, here who is there? Nodes are there. And lower side who is arising? Roots are arising. These are roots. So it is a monocot family, so fibrous root is there. Now from nodes who is arising? Leaves are arising. From nodes who is arising? Leaves are arising. So leaves are arising like this. I'm just making like this. Leaves are arising like this from the nodes. Getting the things? So some part of leaf is underground and some part of leaves are above ground. Above ground. Some part of leaves are what? Basically above ground. You have seen the spring onion? You have seen the spring onion? So these leaves are above the ground, these leaves are underground. So outer layer which are thin papery is what? Scaly leaf. And here it is what? Basically fleshy leaf. And in between central region you are finding here birds are there. Getting the idea? So these are birds are getting protected by which one? Leaves. Understanding the idea? So this is the onion. So here the bird is covered by one, which one? Tunics. These are tunics covering. Only one outer layer of coverings are there. You cannot say like, sir, it is many layer. Na? Many layer is there, but it is like this. So it is simple tunicated. Now in garlic what happened? In garlic what happened? This is the stem and this is the birds, cloves of the garlic. Anyone help your mom in kitchen? So these are clove of the garlic, what you are eating here. It is garlic. This is root. Now what you will find? Why I am telling it is compound tunicated? Everyone have a tunic. When your mom give some garlic clove, so what you are doing? There are two layers of tunics are there. One is overall common tunics. And another is each clove have a tunic. So 1, 2. Getting the things or not? So it is called which one? Compound tunicated. First you are removing the outer white one. then you are removing one globe, but globe upper layer also have a tunic. So it is what basically compound tunicates. Got the idea? Is it done? Is it clear? So two layer of tunic is there. One is overall common for all globes, another individual for all globes. Here not individual, only one type is there. So it is called simple tunicated bulb and it is compound tunicated bulb. In onion, fleshy leaf is edible. Fleshy leaf is edible in onion. We are got the idea, understanding the idea, clarity came in the mind. So this is about the bulb. In lily, it is simply no any covering of the tunics are there. So it is which one? Non-tunicated bulb. So underground modifications is over. Now we are going to talk about subaerial modification of a stem. Subaerial modification of a stem. Give your attention, have a look. Modification of stem. So I am drawing a diagram. Let me draw first. Then I will tell you how runner, sucker, stolen, offset are differing from each other. So if you talk about a runner, so in runner, I am telling runner first. Example I already told. So in runner, what happened? You just try to understand. This is a short stem. This is a short stem. And this is the node in the stem, assume. And this is the base of the stem. So from base of the stem, which root is arising? Fibrous root arising. It is a monocot plant. It is fibrous root arising. Now what happened? Now in the upper layer, who is there? Leaves are there. From the nodes, what will arise here? Upper leaves will arise. Nodes are present also in the upper layer. So here who is arising? Leaves are arising. Now from this node, everywhere node is there. It is not only one node. Everywhere nodes are there. Getting the things? Leaves are arising. So I am writing it is leaf. It is root. It is stem of grasses. Now what happened? From this node, a branches is arising. From this node, a branches is arising, and this branches creeping either on the surface of earth. Suppose that this is earth. This is earth, so it is creeping like earth. Creeping on the surface of earth. Creeping. They are not moving up. They are creeping on the surface of earth or beneath it. It may possible these are going to creep just below under the soil or creep just on the surface of soil. It may be it creep under the soil, and that is the reason when NCERT dealing, they are writing runner about what? Underground. Got the idea? Underground word written in NCERT or not? Now wherever these branches, so here a lot of nodes are there, intranodes are also there, but where this node properly touched the soil, from here also roots are arising and leaves are arising. Leaves are arising. So it is same type of a structure looking like running on the surface of soil. Looking like what? Running on the surface of soil. Moving from here to here. So it is called runner. Sometime you can find this is runner. This branch is called what basically? Runner. This is the grass, this branch is runner. So this grass is either, this runner either creep on surface or below the surface of earth. If you go to any garden and you can see any garden grass, you will find the grasses growing like this. And when you see, usually when you will find, observe very carefully. So either you will find either on the surface exactly and just below the surface, you remove the soil, you will find this runner. Are you getting the idea, understanding the idea? So runner example is what? Basically garden grass or oxalis. Another example, and oxalis. I am not writing a strawberry here. Understand the ideas? You got the runner, picture came in the mind. So these runner either creep on surface of earth or just below the surface of earth. You remove from your hand something, the soil, you will find these branches are visible. Understanding the idea? And in that reference, NCERT author wrote which one? Underground word. Along with runner, they are writing which one? Underground. We are reading it in which one? Subaerial modification. In lab manual, it is written in which one? Subaerial modification. And NCERT wrote in lab manual, subaerial modification of a stem for vegetative propagation. In lab manual, this word is written. Subaerial modification of stem for vegetative propagation. So all underground and subaerial modifications have role in vegetative propagation. From potato stem, we can got a new potato plant. From onion, we can got a new onion. From ginger, new ginger can come. From turmeric, new turmeric can come. From colocasia, new colocasia plant will come. And from all, you just plant this doob grass. From here, new plant will come, many grasses will come. Getting the things or not? So I am just giving you a general idea that all underground and subaerial modification of a stem are used in and can perform vegetative propagation. You keep a note in your mind that all underground and subaerial modification of a stem perform vegetative propagation, means new plant arise from the stem. Are you getting the idea? So I hope you understand the runner. So runner either creeping on the surface of soil or it is creeping just below the surface of soil. Got the idea? This branch is called runner. Done? Now we are going to talk about sucker. See how much small differences are there in the branches of runner, sucker, stolon and offset, you will understand. So all are a type of runner itself. So sucker. Sucker example you better know, banana, chrysanthemum and pineapple. I told suckers is there. So what happened? This is a stem. This is a stem. Some part of a stem is above the ground. Some part of a stem is below the ground. This is soil surface. And this is the part of a stem below the ground. This is part of a stem below the ground. Now here nodes are there. Here nodes are there. And suppose that in the tip here it is, which one is there? Root is there. This is root present. This is root present. And this is stem are there. It is underground part. Underground part. Underground part of the stem. And it is aerial part of the stem. And it is surface of soil. Are you getting the idea, understanding the idea? Now what happened? Branches arising from these underground stem. Here birds are there. Node is there, means leaf are there. And bird is there. So from bird who is arising? Branches are arising. And branches, how it is moving? First it is moving horizontally under the soil. Later slowly moving obliquely up and touching the surface of soil. Are you getting the idea or not? It is touching the surface of soil. How it is moving the branches? And where it is touching the surface of soil, from here, once again, who arise? New plant emerge. Getting the things or not? Understanding the idea or not? Here, Got the idea? So this branch is called what basically? So it is arising from the underground part of the stem. It is moving horizontally up to some time, then moving obliquely and then touching the surface of soil. And when it touch the soil, where it touch the soil, from there new plant emerge. Getting the things or not from branches? Here leaf is coming, there root is coming, getting the things or not? It is like this. So this is sucker. So what is the difference between runner or sucker? It is creeping on the surface, runner. If it is creeping inside under the ground and then moving obliquely up and touching the ground, it is sucker. You got the difference between runner or sucker or not? You got the difference between runner or sucker or not? Is it clear and understood? Clear or not? Right? One student asking, re-NEET is possible or not? We can't say. Maximum chances is there. No. Their attitude is denial mode. Attitude is denial mode. Getting the things or not? So you just prepare. What the idea? What happened if any XYZ%, even it is not sure, but don't break and wait for the things. Okay, what happened, then I will prepare. You just work on this. What happened, not happened, 2 chapter will finish now. So why waiting for? What happened, what not happened, that is a different story, but maximum chances is there not happen. Let's see what's happened. But maximum chance, 99% chance is there not happen. So you don't take your not happen, what to do, happen, what to do. You just start your preparation. You're just working by considering not happen. Right? So here it is sucker. So sucker you understand or not understand? Pakka, runner and sucker difference now you know or not know? Now I am going to talk about stolen and offset. See the stolen. This is a stem. This is the surface of soil. Or assume I am making here surface of soil. Now here what is there? Assume here it is root. It is root. And this is the node. And from the node, of course, leaves are there. I am making this side leaf. Here what is there? Axillary bud is there. This is axillary bud. New branch coming from this axillary bud. They try to move up, but they bend down. Why they bend down? Why the branch is not growing like this? Because it is not too stout. It is delicate. So when any thin things are there, when it try to go up, what happen? It bend down, and where it touch the surface of soil, new plant arise. So here what happen? Arc formation occur by the stem. So in runner, touching on the soil, in sucker, moving like this, in stolen, making the arc. Are you getting the idea about the branches? This is runner, this is sucker, this is stolen. On the surface of earth, it is making an arc. Understanding the idea? Is it clear in the mind? Is it done? Over? Right. So arc formation occur. This is called stolen. Stolen. So that type of condition we are finding in which one? Mint, jasmine and strawberry. Got the idea? Now the last but not least, we are going to talk about offset. I think aerial modification will remain. So don't worry, we will take care in the next class along with the leaf. Done? So we are going to talk about offset, not offset. It is offset. So it is called aquatic runner. It is also called aquatic runner. It is also called aquatic runner, runner of water body. Okay? It is also called aquatic runner. Now what happened in the case of offset, let me tell you. In Pistia and Eichhornia, this is internode. Swollen is it because spongy tissue is there. to store the water. This is node. So this is what basically offset. Offset. It is one internode long. Internode long. And from the nodes, tuft of root are there, like this in Pistia inicornia. Tuft of roots are there, and rosettes of leaves are there. Rosettes of leaves are there. Rosettes of leaves are there. It is rosette of leaf, tuft of root, tuft of root. This is the structure in branches. This branch is called offset. So this is the reason, because it is present in water and hence it is called aquatic runner. So you got the idea what is the difference between runner, sucker, stolen, offset, branch. Branch creeping on the surface, runner. Branch moving underground and then coming obliquely and touching the soil, sucker. Branch making an arc and touching the ground, it is stolen. Aquatic runner, like runner, touching the water surface, it is called what basically? Offset. Got the idea? Whole NEET syllabus will taught online, sir. In online batches, of course, if you join the online batches, we will teach the whole NEET syllabus online, right? If you are in offline batches, you have to come offline batches, right? Meanwhile, we open for every student, because many students are, meanwhile, they taken the admission, but anyhow, they are coming, okay, I will come today, tomorrow, they are doing like this. So for them also, we are just coming on YouTube. Later on, these classes will shifted on our app. And only student who will enroll with our program, that batch will be available for you. Online, whole year, it is not on YouTube. It will shifted from YouTube to our app. Meanwhile, it is on YouTube for all, because many students who are thinking to join, so offline, they are somehow delay for 1 or 2 days. So few days we will probably, I'm not exactly have idea how many days, 1 day or 2 day or 3 day, it will go on YouTube. Later on, it will shift it to Sri Gosalite app. And if you are willing to join, you can join it, and then you will got the app access, and you can go for online classes whole year, right? And who are the offline student, they will come in the offline and they will join it. Okay, you got the idea. I hope I am able to answer your question. So from when classes is on app, I don't have exact date right now in mind, right? So very soon it will come on the app, shifted on the app. It not decided, but very soon we will shift on the app. Done? Is it done? I think your questionnaire is okay, done, clear. So this sub-aerial modifications is also over. Now 2 things is there for this syllabus, aerial modification, right? Okay, Ji, have a look. So aerial modification and leaf, both things we will discuss in the next class. This is your QR code. If you wish, you can scan it. Okay, thank you very much for your patience, for listening. Bye-bye. Have a good day to all of you. Bye, bye, bye.